Stop what you're doing. I have bad news. You're job searching the wrong way. Okay, and submit. All right, now we wait. Yeah, that's not really gonna work, but don't worry, I got your back. In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 things you must do to have a winning job search strategy. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Tony R. Sanders and you are watching The Happy Meter. In today's video, we're gonna give you 5 things you absolutely need to have in order to have a winning job search strategy. I know a lot of you guys are looking for jobs right now. The Great Resignation is upon us. And so I want to make sure that you have the right tools, the right mindset, the right strategies to ensure that you're going to have a competitive advantage in this really crazy job market. And so let's look at job searching by the numbers. The first number I want to give you is 250. Yes, 250. Did you know for every corporate job posting, they're going to get about 250 resumes? Think about that. For the average corporate job, the recruiter, the company, the hiring manager, they're going to get 250 resumes. Now, of course, they're not going to read all of them. It's a different video for a different day. But out of that 250, only 4 to 6 people are going to get an interview. And out of those 4 to 6 people, only one person is going to get the job. And so my mission is to help you be 1 in 250. So if you follow the 5 strategies we're going to go over, you're going to be 1 in 250. That's the goal. That's our mark. The other number I want to give you is 6. On average, when a hiring manager or recruiter is scanning your resume, they're only going to look at it for 6 seconds. So we need to have the right elements in there to stand out, to really pop off the page. I like that. Just pop off the page to make sure that you stand out. Again, we got to be 1 in 250. Only 6 seconds. That's the number to remember, 6. And the last number I want to give you is 9. Did you know that out of all the people that apply to jobs online via career sites, only 9% of those applicants actually get the job? That means that if that's your only strategy, 91% of the time you're going to fail. 91%. That's not acceptable anywhere, not even in baseball. We got to have better strategies. So let's get into them right now. The 5 things you absolutely need to do to have a winning job search strategy. Okay, strategy number 1, you need a winning resume. Now, what's a winning resume? It needs to be scannable and have all the correct information that people scan for in those first 6 seconds. That means at the top, you need to have your name. You need to have your email address, your city and state, a link to your LinkedIn profile. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You need to make sure that you have your professional summary there, your experience, your skills, but it needs to be organized. Your resume needs to have structure. You can't have your job experience looking one way and your skills looking a completely different way, and the balance of space is all off. It's going to look like unorganized. It's going to look like it's going to take me too long to read it. I may not even go deeper past the 6 seconds. So you want to make sure that at first glance, it's scannable. You can even highlight or bold some of the keywords in your professional summary that match to the job posting. And that's my second tip for you. If you want to have a winning resume, you need to tailor it for every job posting. No more of this spray and pray technique where we just grab one resume and we gather 50 jobs on a career site and we just hit apply all. That's not gonna work for you. That is not gonna work at all. That's not the right approach. You need to tailor it for the job that you want, for the job that you're applying for. Make sure the keywords in your resume and your professional summary match up with the keywords in the job posting. Last tip, make sure that you have number, data, statistics. That stands out on a scan, right? If I'm scanning through your job experience and I see increase of 15%, if I see up 300,000 from the year before, if I see these things that show me that you can drive results, that's going to make me want to dig a little deeper. So you need a winning resume. Make sure you have those elements. Okay, number 2, you need to approach the interview process like a sales process. Yes, you are selling your experiences, your skills as a product to an employer. So you have to go in with the right mindset, and they're buyers. Think about this. How much do you think it takes for the average company to acquire an employee? How much money do you think they spend? I'll give you 5 seconds. You can drop it in the comments. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. It takes over $4,100 on average for a company to find you, the talent. And so when they find you and you get to that interview process, right? You were one of 250, you got to the interview process. Now you're one of 4 to 6 people that are going to get an interview. You need to bring your sales game, baby. This is not one of those situations where you can just mail it in and like, oh, I'm kind of cool. Yeah, I've done some things before. No, you need to be pitching it. You need to be letting them know all the benefits of your experiences and how they could benefit this organization, how you can apply them there. It's not just about patting yourself on the back saying, oh, I did great things before. It's about, I did great things before, which taught me smart systems, which allows me to do great things again at your organization. You got to have a mind of a salesperson to be really good at interviews. Okay, number 3, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but you need to have your LinkedIn profile linked in your resume. Listen, 87% of recruiter surveys say that they go to LinkedIn to look up candidates anyway. Well, why don't we make it easier for them? We want less friction in this sales transaction, right? We want to be an easy yes in the interview process. So link to your LinkedIn profile in your resume is definitely a winner. They're going to look there anyway. They're going to like that you made it easier for them so they can click on it because it's in a PDF or a Word document and it's hyperlinked there. So they're going to love that. But there's a caveat to this. Statistically, if we go to your LinkedIn profile, we being hiring managers and recruiters, and we see that it's messy or that it's unorganized or that it's inactive or you don't even have a picture or a profile up, that's actually going to decrease your chances. So if you're going to put your LinkedIn link on your resume, which I do recommend, make sure your LinkedIn page is up to date. Make sure that you have an actual photo of yourself. Make sure there's some activity on there. Go on LinkedIn today. Search in your industry, search in your niche, search and talk to other people that have a similar job as you, maybe even some people that work at the organization. Comment on their posts. I want to go in there and see some activity. I want to see that you're actively utilizing LinkedIn to engage with the community. LinkedIn posts, LinkedIn posts, LinkedIn posts. Put the link to your LinkedIn in your resume. It's a winner, a strategy you need. All right, now if you're liking this video so far, let me know by liking the video and make sure you subscribe to our channel because we drop videos just like this every single Monday for your education and entertainment. And I want to know, are you currently on the job search? Are you considering switching jobs? Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, number 4, this strategy is really simple, but also very underutilized and very underrated. You need to follow up after an interview. This sounds like common sense. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I almost didn't put this in a video because I'm like, of course, people are following up after the interview. I talk to hiring managers. You're not doing it. If you want to leave an impression on someone, if you want to really stand out, if you want to be 1 out of 250, you have to follow up after the interview. And I would recommend following up with a handwritten note. Now, I know when someone hears that, they're going to say, do I have to do that for every place I apply for? You shouldn't do it for every place you apply for. You should do it for every place you interview for. And you shouldn't be interviewing at 50 different places, right? You should have your hit list of 20 companies or 20 roles that you want to pursue. Maybe out of those 20, when you apply for them, you build the connections, you build relationships, you get down to the 5 that you really want to interview with. And when you interview with those 5, absolutely, you should be sending a handwritten note. Again, they're paying $4,000 on average to acquire talent just like you. You can invest a couple of dollars in a stamp, in an envelope, in a piece of paper, and 30 seconds it's going to take to write out this note. Now, don't do canned notes. Don't do a template that you found online that you're just going to copy and paste and put Jimmy's name up there instead of Sally's. That's not going to work, but you do want to personalize it. Write it out by hand and just say, hey, thank you. And I appreciate when I came into the office that you did this, or I appreciate over Zoom when I saw that you're a Purdue fan. I saw Boilermakers in the background. Go Boilermakers or whatever. You want to personalize it so that they know that it's real and it's actually from you. That's going to help you stand out. Again, you're in a fight. You're in a competition, and you really want to sell yourself. Not too many candidates, unless they watch this video, are going to send handwritten follow-up letters. That's going to be your edge. You need to do it. You need to do it now. Okay, number 5, last but certainly not least, you need a referral on the inside. You need a friend, a buddy, a pal, on the inside of the organization that can vouch for your character, your skills, your experience, and your work ethic. Now, I know all of you are saying, duh, how do I do that? I'm glad you asked. The number one thing you want to do is start to reach out to people that are within your target organization. So we alluded to earlier having this list of organizations. Once you have that list, you need to do research. And I'm going to go back a little bit to the 3 R's. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, click the link above my head. You should see it there. The 3 R's is going to show you how to build relationships, how to do research, how to reverse engineer the job posting. But you need to start building those connections and those relationships with people so that by the time you get to the interview process, you already have people on the inside vouching for you or saying, yes, this person should come work for you. Or maybe you send your resume directly to the referral on the inside and they give it to the hiring manager, or they give you the email address to the hiring manager and you could send it directly to them, kind of escaping the ATS and the applicant system altogether, right? That's going to give you a real advantage. But you need a referral on the inside. It's just like going to watch a movie. You're more likely to pay money to go watch a movie if a friend calls you and says, hey, this movie is really good. I recommend you go check it out. The same thing is true as well for referrals. Also, if you think about it, referrals cost companies less to bring them into the organization. So you're doing the company a favor by being a referral, because all the money that they're spending on recruiting dollars, it's actually going to cost them a lot less if they get referrals, which is why normally companies give cash bonuses for referrals. And last point, statistically, referrals stay at companies and organizations longer. In fact, you're 5 times more likely to get hired through a referral, and you're likely to stay 3 or more years at the organization above what everyone else would be if they weren't a referral. Those relationships are critical for you having a job you love. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm going to say. I just want you to work happy, and I don't think that's too much to ask. If you like this video, I know you'll love the next one. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.